Welcome to Billy's Place. This is Going to the Disco at the Disco Show. Show number 74. Can't believe it's been that many shows, but it has. I'm so glad that you are here on this beautiful Saturday night, and thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. It's a real pleasure to come into your homes on a night like this, and we're going to have some fun tonight, I promise you that. There'll be great songs, great stories. Who knows might be calling in, and of course we'll have a trivia contest as always. And gosh, I don't know what else. Anything goes here, anything goes. So I'm Billy Hinsche, welcome. I want to welcome the people that have been consistent in coming back and seeing my show over the weeks, months, and into this year. It really means a lot to me. I don't have much of a show without an audience, so thank you for your patronage and your sponsorship. There are a couple of people who have particularly been so generous, and I want to thank them. You know who you are, and I want to welcome anybody who's new, who's never been here before, to Billy's Place. I think you're going to have a good time. And with that, I will say, I'd like you to visit my website, billyhinsche.com. There are trailers for movies I did and stories I've written, great photos, backstage stuff that I'm sure you haven't seen before because they're from my private collection. And yeah, it's always fun to visit my website. Oh, there's a Cameo link if you want a video shout out from me to one of your loved ones. That's always available to you. And please go visit my YouTube channel, Billy Hinsche Official, which has all 73 preceding shows for you to enjoy in all their full glory. And of course they are free, my brothers and sisters. Everything here is free. You don't need anything. I want you to sit back and enjoy. However, if you are so inclined, and I wouldn't mind, do send in something if you can. There's a PayPal link, there's a VENMO link, and I always give a portion of the proceeds to MusiCares, helping musicians, and I'll write you a personal note of gratitude. What do you think about that? Since March of 2020, MusiCares has distributed more than $25 million directly to more than 34,000 music professionals in need. Let's hit the share button, would you please? I sometimes forgot to mention that, so do hit the share button so we can get this show out to as many folks as we can, and we'll welcome everybody. I want to thank my dear friend Lucy Arnez for being my special guest caller last week, talking about Dino, Desi, and Billy, and I want to thank the Cowsills for being my other special guest callers. They're all just terrific. Thank you, Paul, Susan, and Bob. Oh, I gotta go back and give honorable mention to the songwriter Baker Knight, who I kept referring to as, I think, was the writer of the original Dino, Desi, and Billy song Without Hurtin' Some. I checked my D and B albums, and sure enough, he was the writer. That was on our Souvenir album, for those of you who are keeping score. So that was that. Greer Upton, my childhood friend, did the graphics this week. She's my sister's very best friend from childhood. And the PSA this week was done by good old Mark Hudson, the Hudson brothers. And oh my gosh, he's produced and worked with so many people. If you look at the PSA, you will see all the incredible artists that he has worked with. I want to congratulate Dave Conrad, who won the trivia contest. He named the 4 Dino, Desi, and Billy albums in chronological order. I'm a Fool, Our Time's Coming, Memories Are Made of This, and Souvenir. So Dave got a Dino, Desi, and Billy baseball cap sent to him. So good for you, Dave. Good on ya. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, you know, I just read this, that Italy has just canceled the annual Fiesta in the town of Ferno this year. Yep, they sure did. So in other words, there'll be no disco inferno this year. Oh Lord, they've abandoned me already. I can't. I guess my keyboard didn't like that joke. Let's see if it liked it now. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Taking a siesta in Italy. I wanted to ask you this. Where do line dancers go for breakfast? You ever thought about this? Where do line dancers go for breakfast? I'll tell you where. They go to the IHOP. There's the car. The carpool over there. I go to the IHOP every now and again. Here's another one for you. Did you know that Karl Marx had a sister who invented the starter pistol for track and field meets? Did you know that? Yeah, her name was Anya. Anya Marx. That is crazy, but I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something very special, out of the ordinary tonight, right now. I'm going to play an interview that I pre-recorded yesterday with my first guest. Lives on the East Coast. Doing a pre-recorded interview suited him best. So I'm going to play this for you. You know him. You love him. Please listen. This sets up kind of the whole show. So here we go. Listen up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to my next special guest caller. He's a dear friend of mine. We go way back. He's one of the great musicians and arrangers and musical directors of all time. You know him from the Letterman show. Please say hello to my dear friend Paul SHAFFER. Paul, would you say hello to my viewers, please?
Of course, thrilled to be with you, Billy. Hi to everybody who is watching today. But you can't see me, I'm only on audio. Nonetheless, how are you, Billy?
I'm great. I even washed my face and brushed my teeth before we did this interview, so I wanted to be real fresh for our chat today. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And well, you know, this is the disco show. I'm calling it At the Disco. And I've spent a little time at the disco in my day. I can't say I was always completely comfortable at the disco, you know what I mean? It was always somewhat a little awkward asking some stranger to dance, and then, you know what I mean? It was kind of odd. Did you ever frequent the discos? Did you ever go to Studio 54?
Well, not when it was hot. So there. Musicians don't dance in general. I think you're aware of this. We were always playing at the dances. At least that was my experience coming up. You know, I was playing for scale. I think, you know, for a 4-hour engagement was $21.
I thought you were going to say scale was you got fish and chips.
Chips and gravy in Canada.
Oh yeah, sure. With a little,
they have funny ways of expressing themselves.
With a little Tom Horton and a cup of coffee to wash it down, right?
Indeed, yes. Tim Horton, I think.
That's right. That's right.
So I read anyway. I don't think that, you know, I left Canada to come to New York in 1974. I don't think they had Tim Hortons yet when I left.
But
they do.
They had disco, and now
they sure did. And 70 disco was sort of a 70s phenomenon, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I had the platform shoes and the big bell-bottom pants and everything, like kind of like everybody else did. I think maybe Elton set the style trend for a lot of people. I know I copied him, but yeah, absolutely, 70s disco all the way.
But the tune, and I understand that you've learned it, and you're going to
do an homage to It's Raining Men. Absolutely. And
I can't wait. That's going to be something. That song came along in the 80s, early 80s. I think we wrote it in 82, in 81, and 1981, and by 82 it was a #1 dance track.
Wow, and that was you and your songwriting collaborator, Paul, what is his last name?
Paul Jabara.
Yeah.
Unfortunately no longer with us.
Oh.
A brilliant composer and performer. He did perform a little bit too, and I think he appeared in the movie Thank God It's Friday, for which he wrote the song Last Dance that Donna Summer sang.
Wow.
Before that, though, I had done some arranging for him in New York City. I used to work a lot when I was first getting started in the studios. I used to work a lot for a producer named Ron Dante.
I know the name, of course.
He was, yes, and he was, not only was he the voice of the Archies and sang Sugar Sugar, but he was Barry Manilow's producer in the early days and produced all of your early big hits on Barry, including I Write the Songs. He was producing Paul Jabara as an artist, and Paul had written a song called One Man Ain't Enough. So you can see he was sort of mining those same comedic themes already with One Man Ain't Enough, and I arranged that, and then then nothing became of his solo career as an artist, but he went to Hollywood, he wrote Last Dance, and he won an Oscar, came back to town, called me up, and he said, I've got an idea for a song for Donna Summer, actually. He said, I want to bring her back strong with this title, It's Raining Men, what do you think? And I want you to write this one with me. And I said, I'll be right over. And we wrote it really just in an afternoon.
Were you more the music?
And Paul went on, and when Paul played it for Donna Summer, she hated it, but that didn't stop him. He created the Weather Girls out of the two marvelous girls, Martha Wash and Zora Armstead, who used to back up Sylvester. They call themselves 2 Tons of Fun. They changed their name to the Weather Girls, and the rest is, I don't know what the rest is.
So, your collaboration with Paul Jabara, this was an equal sharing of the lyrics and music, or was it a little of each for you?
He certainly had the lyrics. He had the phrases all ready to go. When he called me up that day, he said, it's raining men. I got it all. We're going to say things like rip off the roof and stay in bed. He had these things, all loaded up and ready to go. And he needed me to put them to music.
Nice.
So primarily it was him music, him lyrics, me music.
Yeah, well, it's a complicated piece, and now, was this not part of a Broadway musical? Am I correct about that, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Although it was used in the Broadway musical Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. But that was a sort of a jukebox musical that used a lot of songs that were already hits.
I see.
But no, it was written as a one-off record for Donna Summer. She ended up not doing it, but just written as a record.
I see. Well, it's a classic, and I'm going to be doing a few others tonight. And I got to ask you something off topic. During the latter part of the Letterman years, he used to run from stage right to stage left, upstage, across the back there. Did you ever find out why he did that, or was that a well-kept secret?
You're not the first person who was asked.
Yeah, right at the top of the show. Right at the top.
I think the best I can do is to say that it was a sort of an in-joke with David and members of his staff.
I see.
And I don't think that there's any other explanation that would make any sense other than that. That's basically all that he was doing.
I see. Well, it certainly stuck with me, and it's like, why? It's
I know why one might ask.
Yes.
thank you for that. Now, what are your latest projects, Paul? Do you have anything cooking now? Or are we going to see you on any kind of... Oh, well, now you're hosting a show of your own. I saw you were interviewing Joe Walsh. You were at the piano. Is that still...
Well, you know, I made 9 shows for the television network called Axis. Paul Schaefer Plus One, where, yes, not only did I interview people like Joe Walsh and Smokey Robinson, and, my goodness, a fabulous list of people.
Yeah.
But also we would have instruments, and if a song title came up, we would play a little of it, and sing it. Graham Nash did the first one.
Wow.
Sort of set the template. But those are, you know, that is a finite set now, sad to say. You still see those episodes, though. I was just getting started on a new aspect of my career, working with symphony orchestras.
Wow.
I did my very first one way back before the pandemic in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I was a smash. It's all rock and roll and R&B, but anything that was ever orchestrated that I loved, you know, I had it blown up for 70 pieces.
Wow.
And of course, you know, I had a number of dates on the books that got canceled, but because of COVID, but they're coming back, and that I'm very excited to get to do it again. One time wasn't enough. There's nothing like that many orchestral musicians all playing together, trying to play the same thing.
Give me an
So
example.
many souls focused, you know. So I have my dates are coming back. I'm going to be working on Long Beach. I'm going to be working with the Pittsburgh Symphony. I'm going to be doing some dates in Canada, Vancouver Symphony. You know, I'm very excited about those.
Well, I hope you bring it to Las Vegas so I can see you.
Thank you very much. Last time I was in Las Vegas, I was working in the lounge at Caesars. You were kind enough to come
Yes, I did.
and help me out because I had my friend Harry Shearer, who was one of the members of the band Spinal Tap in the movie of the same name. And he was going to do his song Big Bottom, where you need 1 million bass players, and you were nice enough to strap on a bass guitar and come over and play with Harry Shearer that night in Las Vegas, and I never got to thank you.
Well,
So that's why I called in today, really. It had nothing to do with this rating, man. I want to say thanks for helping me out a couple of years ago.
it was my pleasure, and I recall you even played bass that night. I think there were 7 bass players that night, if I counted correctly. Yeah, that was so much fun at Cleo's Barge there at Caesars. And then the very last time I saw you, you and your wife Kathy were at Arts Deli with you. Introduced him as your best friend Eugene Levy and his wife, and that's the last time we had some laughs over some pastrami and rye, as I recall.
Well, that's right, and you told me such great things about Art Deli. You as an old Hollywood stalwart.
Yeah.
Apparently, you used to visit Arts regularly, and you knew Art well, the actual Art from Arts Deli.
Yes, his slogan was "Where every sandwich is a work of art."
And didn't you say he had the pictures of the sandwiches up on the wall, and he said, "See that? That's Jewish pornography." Wasn't that one of his sayings too?
That was one of his sayings, and absolutely, you got a good memory, Paul. And, yes, sir, buddy.
For shtick, I do, yes.
Well,
Thank you for noticing.
I thank you for calling in and doing a little shtick with me this afternoon, this evening, and boy, oh boy, I look forward to the time to see you either in the city or in Vegas or, you know, somewhere in between. And God bless you. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. It's going to make my show really special. And lots of love to you and
I'm happy to
Kathy.
be a part of your show, Billy. Thank you. And when you do, it's raining men. Don't hurt yourself.
Believe me, I'm going to be very, very careful. All right, Paul, love you a lot.
That's all I want to make sure of. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you to all your viewers, and it's been great talking to you, Billy Hinsche.
Goodbye for now, Paul Schaefer. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to Paul Schaefer, everyone, would you please?
Thank you, Paul Schaefer. What a great guy. Ah, was that not a great guest or what? I only bring you the finest in entertainment, my viewers who are so good to me. Yeah, that was Paul Shaffer. We go back a long ways, all the way back to Live Aid. I believe that's where we met in 1985. So here's Paul Shaffer and his beautiful wife Kathy and their lovely children. And here's to you, my wonderful viewers. Okay, let's get this old party started. You know, it just had this epiphany. I'm sitting here watching, I see myself in the TV monitor. I'm looking more and more like Larry King. All I need is some suspenders, and I'm there. I better watch out. Chattanooga, you're on the line. I better be careful. Excuse me. All right, let's do this little song here. You'll have to excuse, I have a little bit of a cough. So, forgive me if it comes up every now and again. Hello, my friend. It's good to see you again. Guess it's been a few years since I've been away, but I'm happy to say, doing okay myself. I can take what's happening, and every day there is something new. And hey, good things are coming my way. Tell me how you've been, so much you gotta tell me. Let's talk about them brutal days. We laugh and say, hey man, you're okay. Let's take it nice and easy now. It's a brand new year. Lots of things are happening, and hey, good things are coming my way. Tell me how you've been, there's so much you gotta tell me. Let's talk about them brutal days. We laugh and say, hey, 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 life, okay. So soon now, let's get on back into that groove. Stick around for a couple of days, 'cause hey, good things are coming my way. Yeah, good things are coming my way. My way. My way. Paul, that was for you. My way, my way, my way. Okay, all right. I bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? Nope, 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 nope. That was done by the Weather Girls, as Paul mentioned earlier. And yeah, Number one for 2 weeks in the year 2001 for Spice Girl, former Spice Girl Jerry Halliwell. That's who it was number one for 2 weeks. And it was also used in Bridget Jones' Diary. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I was wondering if you knew how many dance teachers does it take to change a light bulb? I should ask this of Haley Arnez. She's a dancer. How many dance teachers does it take to change a light bulb? 5, 6, 7, 8. I think one of the girls just slipped. Ooh, how about this one? How do Arabians like to dance? How do Arabians like to dance? You want to know? Chic to chic. There's some little birdies. Isn't that sweet? Or should I say, isn't that tweet? All right, let's get it on here with KOOL and the Gang. Yeah, straight out of New Jersey. Jersey City, New Jersey, as a matter of fact. They were formed all the way back in 1964 by the Brothers Bell. They had a major success in the 80s. 2 Grammys. 7, count them, 7 American Music Awards. They even opened for Van Halen in 2012 and 2014. I dig this song the most. I'm going to dial it in and hope that my keyboard cooperates, because sometimes you know how it is. This is going to be good. I even practiced this one. Sing along with me if you know it. This was number 1 for KOOL and the Gang back in 1981. If you can believe it, had like 8 writers on it. Probably everybody in the band. Okay, here we go. Boom. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Here we go. Celebrate good time, come on. Well, there's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good time and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now, celebration. Come on, let's all celebrate and have a good time. Here we go. Celebration, yeah. We're gonna celebrate, have a good time. It's time we come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Yeah, it's a celebration. Yeah, celebrate good time, come on. Celebrate good time, come on. Well, there's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the year. So bring your good time and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate it and a party with you. Come on now, celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. Time we've come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Yeah, it's a celebration. be saying along with it, maybe even dancing already. Wouldn't that be something? Kool the Gang had 70 million worldwide album sales. That's a lot of units right there. They have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Hollywood Boulevard Walk of Fame. It's pretty cool. They're in the New Jersey Hall of Fame. And 3 of their members were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So what do you think about them apples? All right. I'm getting just reorganized here. You know, I'm going to start a disco group with 4 friends, I've decided. We're going to be dressed as a Viking, a Mongol, a pirate, a Bedouin raider, and a Spanish conquistador. Yeah. We're calling ourselves the Pillage People. Thank you. Oh, thank you very little. You know, excuse me, you know, they had discos in Beverly Hills. Quite a few. For Beverly Hills is a small town. The main one was the Daisy Club. It wasn't always a disco. Disco came into being at the clubs when the music changed, when music became disco. You know what I mean? And up until that point, it was rock and roll or pop. But boy, in the 70s, look out. And the Daisy was right there in the heart of Bev Hills. It was owned by a guy named Jack Hansen. It was on Cannon, south of Santa Monica. And was it Camden? Let's get those two confused. Anyway, Jack owned the Daisy. He also owned Jack's with an X, which is a upscale women's store. Anyway, Daisy was very cool, small, private, of course. I wasn't a member, but I mean, I knew so many people that were. I'd always go with Dino or Ricky Martin, or you know, somebody always had membership. And Peter was the doorman, maitre d', dressed in a tuxedo, always very elegant, older gentleman, distinguished, you know, perfect for a doorman, maitre d'. Then there was the candy store. That was on Rodeo. That was a small club too. Rodeo's where the Luau used to be and so many other great places. They're all pretty much gone now. Yeah, the candy store. That was even smaller than the Daisy. Then in West Hollywood we had the Factory, which was kind of like it sounded. It was a big 2, maybe 3-story building. You have to go up this flight of stairs along the outside of the building. It was very far out. But that was total disco. And there was a place also in West Hollywood on Robertson called Bumble's Disco, where they had backgammon. Backgammon was the one of the draws. You had all kinds of backgammon tables all around, well, the dance floor. And I'm pretty sure Lucille Ball spent a little time at those backgammon tables at Bumble's because she loved backgammon. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's see if I have to change anything. Yeah, I do. I certainly do. I try to give you different sounds, you know, so that everything isn't so similar. Well, we might as well get this one going. I'll make it funky now. Make it funky now. Woo! What in the heck? Whoa. Okay, that's better. Whoa. Joe Vitale, talk to me. Ladies' night, and the feeling's right. You know it's ladies' night, oh what a night, yeah. Ladies' night, and the feeling's right. You know it's ladies' night, oh what a night. Okay. Thank you, Joe Vitale, for chiming in on that one there. Yeah. I warned Desi that, you know, you're in the house, so he better watch it. Don't worry, Desi, you're going to play later on in the show. Don't worry. Apologies, folks. I have a little bit of this whole allergy thing's going around. Beaucoup apologies if I gotta blow my nose or something untoward like that. Oh, well, as if we haven't already had so much fun, we have come upon the KC and the Sunshine Band segment, and I've got another really wonderful, interesting, fascinating interview to play for you that I pre-recorded just the other day with my dear friend. I'm going to introduce you to him right now. He's represented KC for many, many years. Bruce Merrin of Maren PR, right here in Las Vegas. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to have this next fella on my show. He's a dear friend from Las Vegas. Known him for as many years as I've lived here, which is 18 years. He runs a PR firm, and it is such a successful organization, and he represents, among other people, KC and the Sunshine Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hi to Bruce Merrin. Bruce, would you say hello to my viewers, please?
I am thrilled to say hello. And listen, you are a legend. I mean, you're one of my favorite entertainers of all time, and you know that. So I'm honored to be talking with you. Of course, we're friends, but you are such an incredible entertainer, so it's my privilege.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. That's very kind. Well, you know, I couldn't think of someone better to talk about KC. Now, I got to tell our viewers, we did try to get KC. Bruce made a valiant effort, but for personal reasons, maybe we'll get KC some other time. But for now, he was unable to make this interview. But boy, I got the next best thing. Bruce, tell us a little bit about your relationship with Bruce, both professionally and personally. You've known him a long time, right?
No, I really haven't. I feel so blessed. I still remember the call many years ago. There was a legendary figure in Miami. His name was Uncle Mel. The interesting thing is I can't even remember his last name. Everybody called him Uncle Mel. And he was very ensconced in the entertainment industry. And he called me one day and he says, Bruce, I know you're a big fan of KC and the Sunshine Band, Harry Casey. I would love for you to handle public relations for KC. Well, twist my wrist. I mean, of course. I mean, it was an honor. So I wound up handling the PR for KC thanks to Uncle Mel. And, you know, it's just been an absolute pleasure because he really loves his craft. That's KC. And anybody who goes to his concerts today, if you go to a KC concert, it is just so much fun. It's a party.
Well, yeah, I would love to go. I mean, you watch his YouTubes, as I have for the last few days, to, you know, sort of get into the whole vibe. And, boy, he is all energy, all positivity, which I love. Great dance moves. He's got a fantastic band, horns, the whole thing. So yeah, and by the way, you mentioned a name, Harry Casey. That is Casey's real name, Harry Wayne Casey, thus the initials KC, and the Sunshine Band, right?
That is absolutely, absolutely right, and you nailed it. And when I do talk about KC, it's always fun to brag about him a little. Listen, you have had many, many big hits on Billboard, but I think for people that are listening, they will get a kick out of this. In a one-year span on Billboard, Casey had 4 #1 hits. This is in 1 year. We all know Get Down Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Way I Like It.
Yeah.
Shake Your Booty.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Your Boogeyman. All of those were #1 hits on the Billboard charts in the same year.
That's incredible.
So, I mean, that was really quite an accomplishment to get Casey right out of the gate to be so popular all over the world.
Well, he's not only a great entertainer, he's a great songwriter. I mean, these songs are classics. They've appeared in, over 200 motion pictures. We did a little research here. Saturday Night Fever, Forrest Gump. I mean, that's those are iconic films, obviously.
No, they really are. And I'll never forget the first time when Casey told me about it, and I heard Boogie Shoes and Saturday Night Fever, as you're mentioning, and then in Forrest Gump, Get Down Tonight. So, yes, I don't think there are too many artists that have had their original songs in so many films and, of course, TV commercials. You know, this is interesting for your audience. Bud Light Seltzer has a brand new commercial. It's all over the world, Bud Light Seltzer, and in that commercial, Boogie Shoes. That's the key song in the commercial. So his music is really universal.
Yes, I would say so. Well, I guess that means that Casey and Dino, Desi, and Billy have something in common. You know what that is? We both have done commercials for a beverage. Dino,
love that.
Dino, Desi, and I did one for RC Cola back in the 60s. So we have that in common with Casey. So.
And by the way, I loved RC Cola, and as you know, I'm such a big fan of Dino, Desi, and Billy. But RC Cola, the interesting thing is most people were drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I liked RC Cola, so I think that is so cool.
That was the competition, yes, indeed. Now, you were there with Casey at the time that he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Is that correct?
Yes, I was. I literally got chills when you mentioned that, because I remember Casey and his manager calling me. He's lived in Florida all of his life. Yeah. He was in Hialeah, Miami Lakes, but he's lived there his whole life. And he called me from Florida. He said, Bruce, I'm just so excited. I'm going to be getting my star on the Hollywood Walk of Stars. And so what we all did on the PR side, I didn't book it, but he was booked at House of Blues in L.A. for a whole week.
Wow.
So he headlined. Yeah, he headlined at House of Blues. I'll never forget the night that I was there for his concert. And then that tied in with his Walk of Stars ceremony. And obviously for any entertainer, that is such a big recognition point, and he really was touched and thrilled about that, Billy. So that's nice that you mentioned that, yes.
Yes, indeed. Well, who knows, someday maybe Dino, Desi, and Billy will have a star on the Hollywood Walk.
You deserve that. You deserve that.
Would you work on that for us, please? We would love that. We would love that.
I agree. And then there's one other event I must share with you, because it was such a wonderful opportunity to be able to handle the PR on this. When he had his 50th birthday, a year before that, we were starting to plan the birthday, and we thought, what a better place to have his birthday than Hialeah Park, because Hialeah was the area where he lived. He had his first job at TK Records in Hialeah. So when we had that birthday party for him, over 2,000 people, Billy, came to the party at Hialeah Park. We had the whole area set up like a New York nightclub. And, it was just so much fun. And obviously we had so many national TV shows for Casey, but I was really proud to work with him on that, because it was a big, epic event in his life, and I was part of that. So that was really a big thrill for me, Billy.
Well, Bruce, it has been a big thrill speaking with you. I thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're busy with all kinds of celebrities here in Las Vegas. So God bless you, Bruce. I hope we see each other in person one of these days real soon. Because you're my 50-50 man, right?
Oh, absolutely. And just one thing for your viewers, Casey and the Sunshine Band 25th anniversary CD. If there's one CD for their collection, it has 32 big songs, including, of course, all the number one hits. So I would recommend that, the 25th anniversary collection, Billy.
Oh, that sounds like something to add to my collection for sure. All right, 50-50 man. Would you tell the viewers our little slogan about being 50-50 men?
Well, it goes back to legendary Joe Sugarman, who founded Blue Blocker sunglasses.
Right.
And Blue Blocker sunglasses are so famous all around the world. And there was this one event that was going on national TV, and our 50-50 man started with that national TV show. I think it was David Letterman. Am I right?
I'm not sure, but anyway, for some reason, you and me, we call each other the 50-50 men, and I get a big kick out of that. So, anyway, what was it? 50% of nothing? What was the slogan you said?
Oh yeah, well, 50% of nothing is nothing. And by the way, for your viewers, you have the most beautiful and special mom. I love her.
Oh, thank you. And your mom and dad are special too. I see photos of you. You're such a good son, and I respect that. So.
Thank you, Billy.
All right. Well, on that loving note, I will say goodbye to you, my dear friend, and God bless you, and I hope to see you sometime real soon, Bruce.
Very soon. I love you too.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.
Say goodbye to Bruce Merrin, everybody. Wasn't that great? So well informed, so well spoken. Thank you, Bruce Merrin. Well, we have got some we've got some more songs to do. That is for darn sure. We have got a ways to go. Excuse me. Oh, I'm still over here. Okay. Come back. Do. Baby, come back. I lost my place in the script. I'll find it, don't you worry. Here's one of these great songs. I gotta dial in my keys. Thank you very much. 5. Almost there. Almost there. We gotta get our special rhythmic pattern, as we like to call it. Good. Tempo, nice and peppy, as Desi would say. Peppy. All right. By the way, KC, obviously his name was from his formal name, but and the Sunshine Band, that was named after the state of Florida, the Sunshine State. This next song was written by Casey and his writing partner and bass player Richard Finch. They used to go to nightclubs in Florida and check out the scene, and so in 1977 they had their first of 4 number ones in the United States. This one went to number 21 in the UK. Start them drums! Oh yeah, I like it already. best you can. I like it, that's the way. I like it, that's the way. I like it, that's the way. I like it. Break it down. I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I can do whatever I can. I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I can do whatever I can. 'Cause that's the way. I like it. 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 Yeah. Well, that's the way I like it. I hope you like that. I told you folks to get your dancing shoes on for tonight, didn't I? So, I sure hope you're dancing along, singing along to the disco beat. Yeah. You know, there was a club in Las Vegas many years ago. It was called the Shark Club. I'm sure Bruce Merrin would remember, and my Vegas friends that have been here a long time. Shark Club. Yeah, I used to go there in the mid-'80s, and at the time, disco had already come and gone, but there was a band called the Boogie Nights, and they specialized in disco music. I mean, they dressed the part. They wore big afro wigs and bell bottoms and platform shoes, and they were just fantastic. I wanted to represent them, but no one was interested. But I sure tried. I think they're still out on the circuit. Yeah, they're still out on the circuit. People thought it was a joke, you know, but I was quite serious. I tell you a joke about boxing, but you might miss the punchline. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's trivia contest time. Yes, indeed, it's that time where we play a trivia game. And this here DVD, my DVD that I did, documentary, 24 hours on the road with the Beach Boys, 5 cities in one day. Yes, indeed, this is quite an excursion. What I like about this and what's pertinent to tonight's show is it has cameo appearances by George Klein, the famous Memphis DJ, Jeff Cook, lead guitarist for Alabama, the group, the matriarch of the Wilson family, Audrey Wilson, is in here, and most poignantly, Don Everly makes a cameo appearance. So that's why I want to give this away tonight. So, this is a Bee Gees related question because we are upon the Bee Gees segment of the show. I know I didn't announce or promote that, but my golly, we're going to do some Bee Gees tonight. I've done a whole segment on the Bee Gees, but I didn't do any of their disco stuff, so tonight's the night. Anyway, if you've won the trivia contest before, please don't participate to give others a chance to win. So here is the contest. I think it's fairly easy, but we'll see. Whoever's the first with the correct spellings and everything, the titles and the names. I need 3 songs that Barry Gibb wrote that were hits for people other than the Bee Gees. And I want the names of the artists for which they were hits. 3 songs Barry Gibb wrote that were hits for people other than the Bee Gees, and what were their names? Go and Do and Be, No Wish You Luck, Ratza Ruck. I'm gonna move back over here because I'm gonna play some guitar because that'll. Barry Gibb wrote so many songs. Always on the guitar. Don't you know, don't you know? This next song was from Saturday Night Fever soundtrack of 1977. It's one of the best-selling soundtrack albums of all time. If you're ready for this, it's certified platinum 16 times. That's, I don't think I've ever heard of an album certifying platinum 16 times. Was #1 on Billboard for 24 straight weeks. #1 for half a year. And it was on the charts for a total of 120 weeks. That's 2 years. Incredible. All right, let's play some guitar and sing some songs. I gotta get a little tempo going here and a little feel. Please sing along, dance along. Are you having a good time tonight? I sure hope you are. I am. And I know you're going to know this song. Wow. It's a big opening, huh? Pull it back. Loud, women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born, and oh, it's alright, it's okay. You may look me out the way. You can try to understand that there's no time to jive talking, so misunderstood. Jive talking, you just ain't no good. Love talking is all very fine. Jive talking just isn't a crime. There's somebody you love till you die. Well, jive talking just gets in your eye. Okay. All right. I suppose I could have segued into this next song too, but I needed to get a little breather here. There's a lot of jive singing. Woo! Hold on, I can take a little sip, take a little breather indeed. Good golly. Here's to all you good people out there. I want to thank you for stopping by tonight. I'm really having a good time. Hope you are too. Woo, it's getting hot in here. Telling you, Vegas is seriously, seriously hot these days. I don't even have a joke to go with that. It just is. Hotter than a pepper sprout, as Lee Hazelwood once wrote. Okay. We got another guitar song here. This one's happens to be in the key of E minor. If any guitar players want to join in the fun, just play along with old Bilko. There aren't that many chords in this song, I don't think. I won't know till I look at it and remember. Let's see, how did this one go? Okay. Okay, here we go. This one's a peppy one. baby moves at midnight, goes right on till the dawn. My woman takes me higher, my woman getting warm. What you doing on your belly and your back? What you doing on your belly and your back? Yeah, you should be dancing. Yeah, dancing. Yeah. What you doing on your belly and your back? What you doing on your belly and your back? Yeah, you should be dancing. Yeah, dancing. Two more. Woo! Babies. Ha ha ha. You know, if anyone could tell me what those words are in the middle, I'd love to know. Google says it, what you doing on your bed on your back? What you doing on your bed on your back? It always befuddled me. And it continues to befuddle me. Did I tell you? I hope this works. It would be so embarrassing if it did. My former girlfriend was addicted to line dancing. Isn't that kind of sad? Yeah, she was addicted to line dancing. I tried to help her by getting her to join a two-step program, though. Yeah. You know, someone discovered my password. Now I have to rename my dog. What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time where I hit the dusty road. There's a musician named Dusty Rhodes, right? This is my last song of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have had so much fun regaling you with my songs and stories. I hope you've enjoyed everything and my corny jokes. This brings us to the Donna Summer segment. So, what can I say? Queen of Disco. 1978, she was huge. She won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. Let me say that again. She won the Academy Award and Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song from the film Thank God It's Friday. Paul Shaffer mentioned that earlier. And how about this? A Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Yeah, very impressive. And I'm going to try to impress you with this best I can. Sing with me. It's our last chance to sing and dance together. So, it's the last dance, last chance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. I need you by scold me, 'cause when I'm mad, I'm so bad. So let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance tonight. Last dance, last chance, oh love. This is my last chance for romance tonight. Oh, I need you by me, beside me, to guide me, to hold me, to scold me, 'cause when I'm mad, I'm so bad. So let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance tonight. Last chance for romance. Last chance. Let's dance. Last chance for romance tonight. Oh, I need you by me, beside me, gotta guide me, gotta hold me, gotta scold me, 'cause when I'm mad, I'm so bad. Let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance. Let's dance last dance tonight. Yeah, let's dance the last dance. Let's dance the last dance. Yeah, let's dance the last dance tonight. Yeah. Okay. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the last dance. That was the last song of tonight. I want to thank you for sticking around. That was a lot of dancing going on tonight. Well, may I say, I sure hope to see you next week, God willing, the creek don't rise. Something very special and unique and out of the ordinary is going to go on next week. I've been hired to play a private show in Las Vegas. And so that's Saturday night. Therefore, that precludes my ability to do a live show for you on Saturday night, as I always do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pre-recorded show for you Friday night. And it's going to be called Private Party, because the next night I'll be playing at a private party. So essentially, I'll be doing the show that I'll be doing for the folks on Saturday night. That's my idea. So I hope you can tune in for that. Should be interesting. First time in over a year and a half now that I've played a gig for anyone. It's a small group of people, be at a real nice restaurant in town, one of the brand new hotels, Resorts World. So I look forward to that. If you like my show, if you like the disco and Paul Schaefer and everything else, I wouldn't mind one little bit if you send in a little something to help me keep this thing going, keep the lights on and the air conditioner humming, would you? I always send a portion of the proceeds to MusiCares, helping musicians, and I will certainly write you a note of gratitude to go along with that. So, think about that. Do what you can. Until then, positivity every day. Positivity in every way. Positivity is what I need. Positivity, yes indeed. Positivity throughout the day. my soul. Positivity for young and old. Positivity for everyone. Positivity, we've just begun. All right, everyone. Thank you for stopping by and for letting me into your homes tonight. And until we meet again, I sincerely hope that all the wonderful blessings of this world come to you and your family in this beautiful life. Good night.